All right, so continuing on, we've already talked about deposit and withdrawal. We said that a deposit was money placed into a checking or savings account. And we said that a withdrawal is money that is taken out or removed from a checking or a savings account at my bank. So if I'm putting money into my account, that is a deposit. If I'm taking money out, that is a withdrawal. Transaction is any activity that involves money, and that could be a deposit, a withdrawal, so I'm taking money out of my account, putting money into my account, or a transfer where I'm just moving money from one account to another. So those are transactions. An ATM surcharge. Well, first I need to know what an ATM is. ATM stands for automatic teller machine. Now, you don't really need to know that, but you need to know what an ATM surcharge is. So if you go to an ATM, and so say for me, I have Chase Bank. And if I were to go to a different, say, BBVA bank and try to use their ATM, I can. I put my card in, I put my code in, and I get my money out. But BBVA is going to charge me a fee, usually $2 or $3, and they're going to charge me a fee to use their ATM because I don't bank with them. Now, if I go to a Chase ATM, then I do not have to pay that fee. So an ATM surcharge is a fee, an ATM fee that the financial institutions charge for withdrawing money if you don't normally bank with them. Insufficient funds. So it's important to understand what that means. So I know my root word, sufficient, means enough. So if it's insufficient, that means I do not have enough. So we'll slide over that across disciplines magnet. So insufficient means I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough, and funds means money. So it means I don't have enough money. So it's the circumstance of not having enough money in a checking account or a bank account, I guess you could say, but a checking account to make a payment or to withdraw money. So if I'm trying to take money out of my account, I'm trying to spend money, and I don't have enough in there, that's called insufficient funds. Now, there are 3 different ways of dealing with insufficient funds, and we are going to talk about those. All right, so with your bank, you can set up one of 3 different options to deal with an insufficient funds situation. Now, ideally, you're keeping track of your money. You're not going to run into this, hopefully, but in real life, in reality, from time to time, it may happen, and so it's good to have one of these 3 options set up on your account. The first is what's called overdraft protection. And so if I were to set up this with my bank, overdraft protection, what will happen is if I spend money more than what's in my account, so say I have $50 in my account, and I go to HEB and I spend $52, well, there's not enough in my account. With overdraft protection, my bank, Chase Bank, will go ahead and approve the transaction. They'll tell HEB that it's okay. My transaction's approved. I get to go home with my groceries. But what they'll do is in the background is they're going to charge me a fee for that. Now, usually overdraft protection, they're going to charge you $20 to maybe $30, $35 for that, depending on what the situation with your bank. Now, the other one and this is the one that I actually have set up that I personally use, is overdraft protection that's linked to a savings account. And so the way that this one works is if I were to go to HEB and I say I have $50 in my account and I want to make a purchase for $52, well, I don't have enough, but what Chase Bank will do is they're going to take that other $2 from my savings account, transfer it automatically for me, and then go ahead and approve the transaction with HEB. So HEB knows only that I have enough money. They don't need to know any of the background stuff. There's no embarrassment. I get to leave with my groceries. But Chase Bank moves that money for me because I have overdraft protection linked to my savings account. Now, they don't do that out of the kindness of their heart. There is still a fee for that, but instead of paying $35, I only pay $10. So it's a $10 fee to use this protection, but it is much cheaper. It's more convenient. Now, it's up to you when you get into your situation, which one is best for you. Now, the third option to deal with insufficient funds, and this is pretty common as well, is just transaction denied. And so what that means is that Chase Bank, in order for you to not have to pay any fees, they're just going to deny the transaction or decline the transaction. And so what will happen is you swipe your card, there's not enough money, it'll come up card declined, and then you have the option of either putting stuff back or just not making a purchase at that time. But what that does is that protects you from having to pay an overdraft fee, whether it's a $10 fee, a $35 fee, or whatever the case may be. So your third option is just to have the transaction declined altogether. Now, an overdraft fee is a fee that is charged by the bank for making a purchase against your checking account in which there is not enough money or insufficient funds, as we said, to cover the payment. That's all the vocabulary. We do have a couple more that we're going to talk about, but just not today. That's all the vocabulary we're going to talk about now. So let's go ahead and answer some questions in regards to the vocabulary.